Hey guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with a really fun video. I actually made the Mean Girls with the help of my best friend Katie. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to stay for this voiceover, but she did help me create these Sims, so thank you to her. Shout out to Katie. Thank you very much. This was a really fun thing to do, and actually the reason I decided I wanted to go ahead and create the Mean Girls in The Sims is because recently, well, sort of recently by the time this goes out, on April 30th, it was the 13th anniversary of when this movie was released, and I can't believe that 13 years have passed since this movie came out, because I don't know, like, I remember when it came out. Like, what? Like, how did that happen? Anyway, I love The Mean Girls, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a wonderful movie about this girl, Katie, or Caddy, or however you want to pronounce it, because nobody knows how to say it in the movie because her name is Katie, but it's spelled C-A-D-Y. Her name's Katie Heron, and she moves to like a normal school. She like grew up in Africa with her family and was like homeschooled, and she goes to a regular high school, and there's all the drama that ensues with that, with the plastics, who are basically the pretty queen bees basically in school. And it's kind of like showing how she changes as a person by being associated with these people. And it's a really interesting movie. It has a lot of funny quotes. And actually, when I was trying to pick the traits of these Sims, I had a lot of fun. I didn't end up in the end, but for Karen, I almost gave her the loves the outdoors trait because she's like, my boobs know when it's already raining. And I didn't give her that trait, but I definitely thought about it. I just kind of gave them traits to the best of my knowledge on what they seemed like to me. And by no means do I think I did the best job creating these. We tried really hard, but I think the one that came out the best was actually Gretchen Wieners. Like, she made fetch happen, and I think she came out really well. The only thing is, like, she's wearing, like, a little crop top with, like, spaghetti straps that I don't think she would have been able to wear in her school. She'd probably have to, like, wear a little bit of a jacket over it or something to not get in trouble. But I think it's really cute. I think we did a good job with her. And I come back to each of the characters and, like, change things about them after I move on to another character. Because I kept finding, like, better options for their clothing or their hair or whatnot. And so, I don't know. I just went all over the place with these characters. But it was definitely a lot of fun to do. But we're working on Regina here now. I feel like Mean Girls is just, like, one of the most quotable movies. I don't know. That, and there's a bunch of movies that are very quotable. But, like, I feel like I quote Mean Girls a lot in real life, and or in my videos, I've said, like, fetch so many times. Oh, goodness. But I also quote SpongeBob a lot. Those are, like, my top two. I quote them all the time. And I was, like, just editing Regina here for a long time before I realized that, like, her character looks super duper pregnant in, like, her sim. I was like, oh my god. And it took forever to choose what hairstyle I was going to give her. Because I was like, her and Karen both have, like, very, I don't know, boring blonde hair, and I didn't know what to do for it. So I tried my best, and I had some trouble with their facial features. I think Karen ended up looking a little goofy, but that's okay. I really wanted to accentuate her large eyes and how, like, friendly she looks, whereas Regina, I was just trying to make her look, I don't know, fabulous. Like, she thinks she's all that, and give her a lot of makeup. I definitely used some skin overlays for these Sims. Not all of them, actually. I think it was everyone but Karen and Katie, although I might have given Karen one. I don't think I gave actually, I don't know now. I don't remember who did and who didn't. I know that Regina has one, and I know that Gretchen has one, but I'm not sure about the other one. So if you guys actually wanted to download these Sims, they do have custom content, obviously, but you'll have the basics if you download the Sim. If I can find some of the stuff that I have, or remember to, I can link you guys some custom content if you want it. But if you want to go ahead and download these Sims, they are available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search either Griffy, which is my origin ID, or the hashtag MsGryphi. I think they're also under, like, the hashtag Mean Girls and, like, all of their names and, like, pretty and cute in high school and all that kind of stuff. Because for some reason I went all out with tags this time. I don't normally do that. But you'll have to enable searching for custom content in order to find them, because there is definitely custom content on these Sims. But yeah, I don't know how long we work on Regina here, but I had so much trouble. I didn't think that these Sims were going to take as long as they did. Like, oh my goodness, they took a really long time to make. I was planning, I was like, oh, I have this idea, do you want to help me with it? She was like, yeah. She came over today and we worked on it. And I was thinking it was going to take maybe, like, we'd sit down and we'd work on it for like 45 minutes, an hour. We paused the recording a ton of times and, like, worked on it off camera or tried to finagle it a little bit. We even took a break and went to the store and bought ice cream cake. Like, that was really random. It was on sale. It was a good deal. But in the end, even with all of the breaks and working on it off camera, I still had over an hour and a half of footage for creating these characters. And I'm not happy with all of them. I'm happy with Gretchen. And Katie's not that bad either. Which, real life Katie's awesome. Thanks, Katie, for helping me again with this. This was so much fun. But I don't know. I just feel like Gretchen's the only one that came out pretty well, and we're working on her right now. Just messing around, trying to figure out what hair would work best on her. We went with, like, curly hair, this one right here that came with Vintage Glamour in the end, which I think is really nice. I think it worked for her. It's not exact, but I think out of the hairs that are already in-game and the few custom content hairs I had, this worked the best from what we had. So that's what we ended up using. But, oh my gosh, I really wish Katie could have been here for this voiceover, because that would have been so much fun. Let me know what you guys think about that if I have other people voicing over with me, because I figured she was a huge part of helping me create these Sims. I thought it would be fun for us both to voice it over. But do you guys in your schools have, like, cliques like this, like in Mean Girls, having, like, the plastics, I guess, or obviously you probably don't have the exact plastics, but are there, like, cliques that are, like, superior girls or guys that are, like, untouchable and think they're all that and have control? I'm curious. Like, my high school definitely had some cliques, but not to the extreme that this movie shows. And oh my gosh, I just made her face so long and I didn't notice it for a very long time. And they kept having this glitch. I don't know if anyone else has ever experienced this. I have a custom content eyelashes that are actually pairs of glasses. They're in the glasses category. And a couple of times I was editing their faces, and as soon as I put those on, their whole face changed and I had to start over, and I was getting really frustrated with it. I couldn't understand why that kept happening. But, I mean, I fixed their faces in the end. It's just kind of weird that I had to begin with. Like, I don't think that should be happening. It's kind of weird. But I was trying to make a specific outfit of hers happen here. She had, like, a long sleeve crop top. We ended up going with a spaghetti strap crop top in the end. This one right here with the skirt. And the skirt's actually supposed to be, like, a brown, beige color. But we didn't have that. So she has a black and white one. I thought it was pretty close to her actual outfit, and I thought it was quite nice. I really like it. I think Gretchen came out nice, and this is where I'm finding a shirt. I'm like, oh, this works for Regina, and then I switch it over, because I was looking for a shirt like that for the longest time while I was creating her. And yeah, I think these Sims came out decent, like I said, but Gretchen is probably the best. She looks so nice. I don't know. Do you guys think that Gretchen looks like that, or any of these characters, like, came out looking like their characters? I tried. We tried so hard. But for some reason, I felt like I was having so much trouble today. And I've been doing more creative Sims lately, creating, like, characters from shows or just, like, people I know. And I generally feel like I'm decent at it sometimes, but for some reason today, doing this creative Sim, I felt so lost. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I was having so much trouble. And that's going to become apparent right here while we're creating Karen. Oh, she looks so goofy in the end. But you know what? That's fine. She's still pretty. She's definitely the more goofy one out of the bunch, I think. So I think that fit her just fine. But yeah, anyway, we are coming close to the end of the video, like in like a minute or so. So I'm going to leave you guys with some tunes. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think in the description down below. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing for new Sims content every day of the week. Bye, everybody.